One of the truly great things about humanity is the fact that when it comes right down to it, we can go and create processes by which we take something that would usually take a long time to go and do, and then create something that can do it in seconds. When it comes to working with metal, this is quite literally vital because without that kind of process, work would be much slower due to the literal toughness of the metal. So given that, allow us to show you 5 amazing metalwork processes you must see. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 5. Getting the rifling. In a gun, the way that a bullet is allowed to shoot straight through is the rifling in the gun barrel. A grooved pattern is put in to ensure the bullet locks on and shoots straight and doesn't deviate within a certain distance. That kind of rifling can be found in all sorts of other things that are used for metal objects to get screwed into place and stay there. But obviously, if done by hand, that could not just take forever, but it would be uneven. But as you'll see through these first processes, by going and using special machines and lubrication, the metal can easily be dug into and the rifling is left exactly as desired. Number 4. Heat and compress. When you're making things out of a literal lump of metal, and you need to shape it, you have a few options. But if you want to be both precise without losing the integrity of the metal itself, you need to go and mold the metal instead of cutting into it or adding onto it. So what some processes do is they go and superheat the hunk of metal, and then put it onto a compress. The metal at that temperature is able to go and be malleable, so under the incredible pressure of a compress, it's able to go and be stretched, compressed, and then, using extra metal pieces as a focal point, pressed in order to shape it without losing its true density. It may not be the easiest process ever, but if you're careful enough, and know what you're doing, you can go and take a lump of metal and shape it into something that you need for another job. Number 3. Metal shapes. Here's another process that is perfectly used to go and shape metal. Because you might have noticed that to go and be what it needs to be, some metal needs to be shaped in a very particular way. And as noted before, doing this by hand can be both time-consuming and not efficient. But with this device, it actually has a body that allows it to bend and warp the metal in question around what it is, and how it's shaped, so that the metal ends up in a perfectly bent shape to where you need it to be. Plus, as you can see, it's doing that in literal seconds, making the process versatile, simple, and then some. Number 2. The whittler. Warning! This one is a bit loud, so be careful, okay? Another way to go and shape metal is to whittle it down until it's where you need it to be shape-wise. Using a lathe for wood and certain metals is one method of doing this. But what if you need to do this with a very big piece of metal? Well, this machine has you covered in the best way possible, as it's not only able to do that, but is able to go and do it with extreme precision. Just watch as it shaves down the metal rod with incredible speed and force, as if it was wood or cardboard. By the end of it, it looks nothing like what was put on the machine originally. Number 1. The spiraler. Some of you out there might have gone and seen a special kind of rod that has a special spiral in the center of the body, yet is clearly one single metal bar. Ever wonder how that happened? This machine is the answer. Watch it work, and even work with spirals and metals that you likely haven't seen before. So what do you think? What do you think of this look at the metal processes that have been made over the years to ensure that certain machine work is able to be done quicker and more efficiently? Were you amazed by some of the processes themselves? Which ones did you personally like to see unfold? And do you know of another process that should have been on our list? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.